Keep an eye on the flagman as well.
They're not going to make it. Oh, crash!
And the red and black flag was out. None of them made it back, and on top of that, the big one right here in the Trioval.
Holy cow.
Remember, Landon Castle took off first. He's in it. Hard contact. There's Daniel Suarez. That car in the middle of the racetrack right there was slow. And see, Kyle Larson's going to squeeze Blake Cook.
I think
that's actually Suarez
was trying to get through the middle, and he just misjudged the room he had to make that move and cause that crash. That was a rookie who was trying to understand exactly how to go about qualifying here at Daytona under this format, and was in a...
Prior to today, the only place where... Oh, big trouble. That's the rookie Suarez up and over Regan Smith, the big one at Daytona in the Trioval.
42 turned us right there. All right, just stop, Daniel.
Looks like he just gets him in a bad spot right there, and he just got behind in his steering.
Yeah, he got too far to the right, and coming off of the corner right there, that car unloads as you come off of that banking, and it just took just a little bit too much, and that's that window that you have to push, and if you get outside of the center of that back bumper, the way that the front and back bumpers are curved, it's going to spin that car out.
Remember we said lucky versus...
On the back of the screen, Austin pulls up to stop. Yellow car doesn't. That's Mike Wallace in the 26, and he clobbers Dylan.
He also hit that car that's right behind the 42 a little bit there with his on the left side door.
So our second caution of the day. And watch the job that Larson does, though. He's got a car at 190 miles an hour crashing in front of him. His hands never move. He knows he doesn't have any options, really. He just holds it steady and misses the crash.
And let's give a call, too, to the safety of these vehicles and the hard work that NASCAR continually puts in to make sure when everyone climbs behind the wheel, they're fine when things like this happen, because Regan Smith, who went up and over and got hit by a number of drivers, climbed from that number 7 Chevrolet and walked away, and that's always good to see. We're under a red here at Daytona.
As Pat catches him.
They can't do this for 10 laps.
Eric Jones around. Back across the field. The big one, part 2 at Daytona.
Yeah, they can't do this.
Stay high.
Nice straight. Did anybody hit you there, Kel?
A horrific crash for Kyle Busch, who slid through the infield grass.
Jones, or behind Jones. Looks like there might have been some contact there.
There you see Kyle, top of your screen. And now we'll go from our blimp view, and there you see Kyle and Eric racing together, and just follow that 54 car after the contact with the white 20.
Like there was some contact there, and Kyle bumps into Larson, and it turns him to the left. Elliott Sadler hit there by Brendan Gaughan.
And there's the 54. You saw the impact. Now we go on board with Bubba Wallace.
Side.
There. Clear behind them. Go low. One inside. Come on, keep coming low. They're coming down. One coming down. Keep it back high. High. Outside the track clear. Track is clear. Keep coming there. Track is clear.
Saul. The next flag ends it. If there's a caution now, the race is over. Almirola is pushing hard on Larson.
Larson sideways into the wall. Man. There he goes.
That's that same wall.
Will they let him race back? No caution yet. Sparks for Eric Almirola.
He's got a flat tire, I'm afraid.
North Carolina brings out the caution for the first time today. It's Joey Logano leading here at Atlanta.
He lost the car on entry here sideways, and watch, Kevin, as he's spinning, he bumps that car and his wheels return to the right.
Oh man, that's just bad timing right there, because that car is going to go to the right anyway because you're counter steering.
Car washed up and just he was running in the 15th spot. Like you said, every practice session top 15 he was.
We come back. A late caution. It comes out when Mario Gosselin spins off the corner. Austin Dillon, your race leader.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was just bad from the get-go. That's just too many cars and not enough space going into the corner.
He's got a shot at Austin Dillon here.
Yeah.
Oh, sideways.
That's Ryan Blaney going sideways. What a save and a hard hit. Nose first for Eric Jones.
Lock her down. Lock her down. Stay right there, bud.
Got a little too much of the apron there, and the 20 was coming by and just pulled him around a little bit, and he just was able to not keep off of him.
Anything else there? Sorry.
That Brendan Poole has done again. I mean, it's so impressive, this kid. You see there, he got loose.
Contact. Elliott goes around. He can't save it. Problems for our defending champ.
There you go. Caution's out. Your turn.
Here's the reason for the caution. Virginia's own Eric McClure.
An inch and
Yep, and he got a piece of the wall as well. We'll be back with more in a moment. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series, brought to you by Can-Am on Fox Sports 1.
Back in this area of the track, they're racing. Oh, and look at that.
14 blew a right front tire.
So unfortunate.
Bad timing for Brendan Gaughan. And
First time since Logano grabbed the lead on the bottom. Ooh, looks like
it looks like he just entered maybe a little bit higher. He got loose getting in the corner to the outside wall later with the way that damage looks to the nose.
I would
Right at your
guess contact.
So the 939 just gets loose here, goes up the racetrack, gets some right side damage. Nothing too big, but this doesn't have anything to do with what happened with J.J. Yaley.
You can see Yaley there. Oh, he comes up into the car he was racing. He was not clear. It makes you wonder if he got the call from the spotter. He was clear and just...
It sounded like the spotter got pretty excited there in a hurry because...
See from Harvick's car here, what's he got to lose? He might come get those tires. Oh, that would look like a right front tire failure there.
Tire going down, he told his guys to get ready. He said the car is too free at the beginning of a run to hustle, but then it comes in nicely.
And we have a huge fire on the pit lane. It looks like it's right down around the Eric McClure
We got a guy
area.
on fire too behind the wall.
Oh my goodness, a scary situation on pit road here at Richmond.
Safety workers were quickly there to extinguish the fire.
That's Brendan Gaughan's pit. I saw Eric McClure's, couldn't see who was on fire because of all the flames and smoke.
Wow.
Wow, look at the fuel, man.
We haven't seen a fire like that in a long time.
And kudos to the safety workers who were right there on the spot to extinguish it. And we don't know for sure if the young man seen here was the one on fire, but it appears that everybody is okay.
Those pit crew guys are tough as trying to sort it out. Elliott tries to get over in a hole that wasn't quite there. And look at that wild ride he goes for. Up onto the racetrack. Held onto that car. Can you imagine that?
You know, they repaved this place not long ago, and that could be huge dividends for Elliott Sadler. I'm not sure he's able to save it if this place isn't as smooth as it is now.
He just thought he had a hole there. I don't know if he got called from up top, the spotter, and saying you're good, but he wasn't good. But wow, what an amazing job Sadler does.
Yeah, tough break here. I mean, he's doing such a great job in the top 5. Obviously, a right front, I would say Michael went down. And what gets interesting is they chose to do left side tires into that, the drivers behind them that they're coming. Here we go.
There it goes. Daniel Suarez, Joey Gase, Ryan Reed, John West Townley, all involved as the leaders started to come down pit road. Brendan Gaughan was sideways on the pit lane.
That doesn't get the memo that cars are pitting. Suarez locks up. He gets hit in the back by the 39 of Ryan Sieg, and just chain reaction from there.
And I think maybe it was Eric Almirola. He was still in that outside lane as they started peeling off, and you really need to get below that yellow line in order to give room for all those cars that aren't pitting. And so to me, it's a combination of an Acusher behind him. Let me tell you, Logano is super aggressive. We see it all the time. Oh, here they go.
Conley. Out of shape, back straight away.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate.
He's going to pitch it into the wall.
Yells out. Nice work right there, dude.
Yeah, you just wonder.
16 laps to go.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Darrell Wallace Jr. around. Chad Boat into the wall. Ty Dillon, the championship leader, is in it.
Poor Ty Dillon. He just can't stay out of trouble today.
But he keeps that thing headed in the right direction.
Him
He lost his momentum.
No, he just lost his momentum there, and looks like Ty just got into his left rear a little bit and turned him around.
What a tough break for Darrell Wallace Jr. Ty Dillon, just nowhere to go there.
Look at Boris Said and Mario Goslin. They're just sliding right through the middle of all that carnage, that mess, and they make it through.
Peyton Sellers was right there in the 97.
You know, making it through.
See if we can take a look what happened.
Oh, wow.
He gets turned into the outside wall with contact, absolutely not of his making at all.
You're on board with him here.
The white 8 is slow ahead on the bottom.
It looked about like a replay of what.
And lap 82. Around goes Ross Chastain. Flat tire on that. Make it now. We've had a number of caution flag laps since those guys put gas.
Let's take a look at what happened to John West. He was running up high, top of the racetrack. Looked like he got his right sides out of the black a little bit into that gray area. Some marbles up there, and around he went to the
On pit road, that's a top.
You're coming to the light right there.
Bam.
pit road is closed.
Yeah, that's a top 5 car that came to pit road. So that's one less.
Going to turn 1.
This is catastrophic, and it's exactly at the wrong place. Look at that motor blow up going down in the corner, and he is just hanging on at this point.
Oh, absolutely. It's oiling down the back tires, and you're holding on, trying to do whatever you can. Now, look at the inside of that car. You can't see anything. Now you're listening to the spotter, and then unfortunately it got into the wall. So that was just definitely a disappointing end to a day. I mean, it's one thing to blow an engine, to stay out.
Oh, blows a right front tire.
Yeah, it's the 26 of Kyle Fowler.
Looks like Kyle already had some damage to that right front. Probably a fender cut that Goodyear tire and got him into the outside wall. Bottom of Jamie Dick going into the turn, clips him.
Boy, that's a nice save by the 55.
Yeah, that was a heck of a save. And remember, Kevin, I mean, why am I reminding you? You were just doing it. Into the corner to 165 miles an hour and somebody hooks you?
Yeah, and it's hard on the starts because how hard these restarts are when that rubber starts going around. Oh man.
That's a crash.
There goes Brian Scott, hard into the wall. Third caution of the day.
Get in under the 22.
Oh!
I've seen it. Go be on the hood.
Wow.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't really know what happened there, but they made contact before they got to the corner. It's like the 22 came down a little bit and got into the side of the 2, but that started for the 22 in turn 4 when he touched the apron. And when he touched the apron right there, Dick coming in there, and it's so hard to get stopped when you're going this fast.
Well, we talk about Dover being a self-cleaning racetrack, and with that banking, when you're up high, you're going to win around.
Oh, that's another example of getting loose on the inside of another car, racing alongside David Starr there. Wow, Brendan Poole really does a nice job of slipping under the spinning.
IndyCar, man, you just slow down as much as you can, and in a stock car, you really want to gas it up when you're spinning because it keeps you off the wall. It seems like as soon as you hit the brake, that's basically where you hit. So he did a really good job.
What about how you feel? You're sideways, right? What am I supposed to do? Mad it, I guess.
That doesn't seem to make sense to me. But
makes no sense at all. Jeffrey made it work.
You know, they repaved this place in 2012. Seems like every year since we come here, we get an early caution. The first today comes out at lap 5. It's courtesy of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Joey Logano, Virginia, had restarted in the 17th position.
Inconclusive.
Definitely up too high.
I was going to say, he got up in that portion of the track where you know bad things can happen.
You don't know if he got a little bit of contact entering the corner, or if he just got loose in, but it definitely sent him. They're going, oh, Menard sideways.
Ooh,
and he's going to kiss the wall.
Hang on.
They scatter to miss him, and somehow everyone does, but they're wrecking here. That's Conley in the black 14, sideways through the grass, and also the 16 of Ryan Reed.
It looks like when Elliott Sadler went up, it took the air off Menard's car, and around he went.
Paul might not have been expecting Elliott to come up so much in the corner, and it just was enough to push him up.
And that Jeremy Clem
situation for the guys at the Roush Fenway organization, first the bad.
Yeah, it looked like to me that Darrell Wallace in that 6 car got up in the high stuff
Michael, like we saw Ben Rhodes earlier.
Well, and we heard from him how loose that car's been the whole race, just barely hanging on to it. You drive on the edge long enough, you're going to step over it, and that was what happened there. Great job by the other drivers avoiding Bubba, and this caution was what Chris Buescher was looking for. He had just passed Dakota. Watch Lupton come off the corner, the car gets loose, back end hits, and then it snaps the front end back into the wall.
Spun out off turn 2 this weekend.
He was in trouble, tried to save it with his right foot by giving it a little bit of gas, but then around the Napa car went.
28 drivers on the lead lap.
Here's the reason for the caution. Might have been Ross Chastain that had a little contact with him. That's the report we're getting from one of our spotters. And Michael, I'm thinking about Eric Jones. Didn't work out for him on
success in the Xfinity series as well. You see him behind the pack getting sideways.
It almost seemed like a one-car incident. It's hard to really understand exactly what happened there.
That was coming out of turn number 4. Looks like he might have had some help.
When we talk about the grass, you see a perfect example of how the grass there on the entrance to turn 3, kind of the car started bouncing, the splitter got down into it. You see here he gets kind of spit out of the pack. Luckily, the splitter stays on it. Right there where it digs in, there's an opportunity to really do some damage to the front of that car.
And one advantage he had also, when he did start spinning, there was very little asphalt that he was on. So that's why the tires go flat, as you wear through the tire. But when you're in the grass, you're really not doing any damage to the tire. You're doing damage to the body, but not the tire.
What happened?
He just turned right to try to go on the outside line, and there was a 33 car, and he didn't know he was there. Just turned right, turned himself into the wall.
And around goes the pack in the middle. Darrell Wallace Jr. gets caught up. The big one happens just as they go through the trioval. Back up into the wall hard, Brendan Poole. Eric Almirola caught up in this in the 98. The caution comes out.
See Brendan Gaughan in the middle there. Ryan Reed gets hit by the 3 car, pushes him into Brendan Gaughan, and then it's on from there.
Daniel Suarez caught up in this as well. Regan Smith.
Look at the job right there. Casey Kane in the 88 gets on the brakes. The crash happens, gets off the brakes, back on the gas to drive out of it. That's bump drafting. That's what happens. The 3 gets into the back of the car in front of him for some of that impact.
At speed.
Brendan was trying to drive it.
And now up against the wall. He gets into the wall. Brian Scott trying to block into the wall, and he goes. The caution comes out again. Brian Scott doing what you said, trying to slow the momentum down, did it too late, got hooked up.
Elliott saddled on the outside. Elliott's getting a big push. Brian tries to go in front and block, and Elliott's already there. He did what he needed to do. He just did it too late. The move was made too late to try to put the block on. Once they get that far up, you just got to hold your spot and take your punishment.
Once again, Casey Kane.
Casey Kane has worked his way through the accident, but you're absolutely right, Jeff. It seems like the key around this place is run the bottom through the corners and the top down the straightaways when you're the leader and you want to block both lanes. But if you're going to run the top or block the top, you have to do it right away. You can't be that late. It's very hard for the spotter to see. You see here, there's a big run coming, and the move, it's just, there's nothing he can do. Elliott Sadler is clearly there all the way up to his quarter panel. And when he turns in front of the field, you can see all the debris fly.
And Elliott saw that coming, but you can't lift. You got to stay in the gas. If you don't stay.
With a final run, trying to get by as they come into the trioval. And around goes the 18 of Suarez behind him. Austin Dillon will hold on. He's winning Daytona.
Going to pull him out.
So you see him coming out of turn 4. He's all by himself. Car gets loose. Tries to stay with it, just can't keep up with the wheel, overcorrects, gets into the wall.
Almost collects the 4 of Ross Chastain.
You see how slick that grass is. He just slides across it. You can see John West, when he got When he got loose, he turned the wheel back to the right. If you don't turn the wheel back to the right, it's going to spin out. You can see him up high. Not way too high, a little bit high. The thing just came around on him. Stayed wide open in the gas. That made the car not back up and get into the wall. Saw the right front tire blow right there. Essentially drove it on pit road. Here he is way high getting in the corner. Once you get that high, you know, you're kind of in no man's land. The car starts coming around. The only reason it didn't spin is because the wall was there to catch him, but they just destroyed the race car. Right there where the circle is, you can see him. Car looks like it gets loose. He turns back to the right, overcorrects it again, and gets in the wall. We saw that early in the race where he got loose and he overcorrected and got in the wall. Looks like he did it again.
Great restart for the 20, but he slides into the 54. Around goes Denny Hamlin in front of the field.
Lock it down, 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 lock it down.
Doing it intentionally.
This is the reason for the caution. Mike Harmon all the way down into the grass. We thought guys were a little bit low when they were running on the apron. Mike got into the grass.
There's two guys fighting for the spot, getting into turn one. You saw him make a little bit of contact, and then the 8 was on the bottom. You know, that's a compromising position because you have all the air sucked off your car, kind of pulls you around, but there was contact before they ever started getting loose.
Yeah, Blake Cook turned to the bottom of David Starr in the 44, and it looks like he just got free on entry. The 44 felt it or realized that he... You
can see he's still on the gas right there, trying to get the car turning back to the right. Probably would have been better off just locking it down at that point. You know, once he knew he wasn't going to hit the outside wall rather, it's best just to lock it down. That carried him a little bit more speed than he really wanted. That got him down here, and then he gets on the grass and ultimately gets into the tire barriers.
3,400-pound car into tire barriers. You're going to move them.
Spot to hit.
Stay with me here.
No question about it, Ralph. One of them being Chris Buescher. The handling of his race car completely gone.
Gaining a few more points on Chris Buescher.
There's that TC Solar onboard kill. Oh, trouble right there. You saw it. Elliott getting together with the 33. They can't break away from each other, and they bring out the caution once again here at Iowa Speedway.
They were side by side, and
Elliott Sadler got into him.
Yeah, you know, you get in that position, your car will push a little bit up off that corner as you're trying to. Elliott looked like he was trying to make it 3 wide, but it's.
He restarted in 6th, back down to 10th. Oh, caution again. Problems here. That's Darrell Wallace. This time, Gahn gets loose and Blaney gets away, and around goes the 42. Oh, man.
Bottles things up here behind him then.
Man, Ryan Blaney just will not be denied tonight. Look at how he had the wheel turned on the 22, DJ. Foot to the floor and just driving through.
Yeah, he's just making them try to pass him there. And give Brendan Gahn a lot of credit for trying and not wrecking him, not crashing. He did everything that he could there to try to make the win, but he didn't crash him. Unfortunately, Brendan Poole back there looked like maybe got tapped.
It is backwards. The fuel man has to lean the other way, and you see right there, he's used to pulling the gas can the other direction. When he tries to pull it to his left, doesn't work. He gets stuck in the car, and that right there, it falls out. So he didn't drag it onto the racetrack, but almost at this point, you'd rather have him drag it onto the racetrack because it's going to be a penalty. He's going to have to come back into pit road.
He was on the brakes hard, but got into the left rear quarter panel.
And yeah, a little bit too aggressive there, trying to over brake. Work again.
Dillon trying to make it 3 wide as they go to turn 1. Around goes Regan Smith after the contact. We stay green. He fires it back up. Can he continue to roll? Way out onto that asphalt, past the rumble strips, and around goes Regan Smith. Coming out of turn 5, he goes around. Smoke on the racetrack.
The result of that is getting into 1.
3 of Ty Dillon does it again. He gets into the back, this time of Paul Menard in the 33. 2 times in a row we've seen it. It's the final right-hander.
It's a passing zone because he made the pass, but it's just a tough place to make the pass.
A lot of smoke, and Ryan Reed really didn't know where that 20 was going to end up.
Yeah, tough break for Ryan Reed.
It's a hard shot for sure. Right here, you're on board.
Yes.
Just gonna
Oh, man, that's a hard shot for sure.
Just before we went to the break, watch this. JJ Yaley, Boris said in behind. JJ's already lost it, and Boris kind of bulldozes him a little bit, gets that 28 out of the way. Dakota Armstrong sneaks through on the inside. Daniel Suarez in there as well. Nobody else contacted the 28. But check this out. Watch this. Woo, Michael Self. That was a spin that didn't happen.
Yeah, nice save right there.
And then this, while we're in the break, Bubba Wallace lost it all by himself going into turn 9 at the top of Thunder Valley. And he won on board. Have a listen.
Yeah, just as Kenny was trying to power up and you can see he just got that right side tires off in the dirt just a little bit onto the strips there. Lost traction completely.
Here it is. Here's the replay Boris said. Ooh,
yeah.
Who was that immediately behind him? It was, I think it was Jeremy Clements, was it? Or it might be Sadler. Whoa, and look at Wallace. Wallace is on the grass. And does he hit his Roush Fenway teammate? No, he doesn't. But there's, oh, look at this. There is a huge collision. Kenny Habul, Tommy Dreesy in it.
May have got a little help from the 25 of John West Townley. We saw him get sideways.
It was hard to tell. I couldn't tell if he got help or not. There were 3 wide.
Along with Kyle Busch, you see Cale Conley sideways in front of him.
He's on the apron. He's on the apron. Keep coming. Still green, yellow, 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 yellow.
You see Elliott Sadler coming off turn 2. I'm sorry, turn 4.
Yeah, he just comes off the corner and looking for that last lane to get up to. You see right here, this is coming to the green. Ryan Reed is 3 wide with the 97 and the 25 of John West Townley. You see, they try to get it sorted out. The 97 moves up, gets John West Townley, and they get back into the 16 of Ryan Reed, and they crash going down to turn 1. You have to ask yourself, at what point do you...
And the 0 of Harrison Rhodes looks like...
Zag before that in 13.
He was already backwards when he got into the gravel pit.
My guess is he probably wheel hopped it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Dale, just the way it looks.
I mean, off track, coming out of 14. Whoa.
Just got in a little bit hot. Didn't look like he wheel hopped it, just got out of the groove a little bit. Right there. You can see he shifted down into that gear a little bit too soon right there. And didn't have the wheels out of the groove right here. Kenny, could be a little bit of water. He wheel hopped it again. But if there is just a little bit of moisture there, and he has gone down through that corner earlier and used so much brake and downshifted at a certain point, and he did the same thing again, but a little bit of moisture.
Why?
Looks like it gets a little bit loose and it gets out in the grass.
Yeah, all it took was get that left rear out there in the grass, and then it was just trying to hold on and maintain, but you can see a lot of damage already.
And all that damage is from the grass and the dirt is so...
Fuel run all the way. You see here, Todd just gets down into turn 3. It looks like he gets free on entry, Jeff, and just comes around on him.
Running along with Chase Elliott.
Townley in the 25 alongside. Also, as you can see, was involved in the lap 1 incident, but...
Yeah, it looked like he probably cut that tire. They had a lot of damage on the right front, and it looked like that either that or he'd been on the brakes too hard. You wouldn't think he'd melt the bead this early.
All right, let's take a look from another angle. See if we can decipher what happened here.
You certainly have to think that there might have been. Well, I was going to say contact, but that doesn't look like contact.
That's pretty late to to start. It's so tough, guys. That car, the 66 car, was already turned all the way around basically. So.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, maybe there was some there.
David Starr getting into Benny Gordon.
Yeah.
I didn't see the initial contact. We might want to look at it one more time. But definitely fair if you're too hard on it. Sometimes that thing will let go.
Ooh,
yeah.
This is going to be a hard hit for Jeremy.
Man, that is drummer right there for sure. That hurt.
Hey, speaking of the brakes, and DJ was talking about.
As a driver, when the car gets loose like that right at that spot, you have to decide, am I going to turn right, try to save this thing, or am I just going to spin it out, come get some tires? He made the right call there. It's really easy to destroy the car against the fence by overcorrecting.
Doing a really nice job.
I talked to his car chief, Daryl Morrow. They were really hoping for something great tonight. Looks like some.
Hoping, whoa, a couple of cars go way wide, up along the wall, down in one and 2, and we've got cars crashing. And it looks like the 16 is involved in this as well.
No doubt about it. Let's see exactly where this started. This
Is that Chastain?
looks like Chastain got high, and then things started happening from there as others started to check up a little bit.
Looks like the 88 was involved, Ben Rhodes, and I also looked like it might have been
into the corner, but you get that side by side, you're losing the same air off your spoiler there. Your car's already a little bit free, not able to get it slowed down before he hits the safer barrier on the inside.
to this one, and we're under caution. Here's a look at Poole.
And that's kind of strange where that car went down. Almost looks like something broke on the car there. Harrison Rhodes come in, nowhere to go. Yeah, something broke in the rear end of the car right there. You can see it just spun him out. I don't think it could have just been a tire, but it acted more like something broke. And then the
caution is out. Poole in the 42 slides up, nowhere to go for the 0.
See if we can see what happens here. It looks like maybe he just gets loose and then tries to correct. Yeah, hard contact then into the outside wall.
The upper left side of the screen.
Yeah, there's no doubt that I don't believe that a tire let go there. It's like there was some racing side by side going on, and Eric McClure got sideways and couldn't correct it and into the outside wall.
Might have been the bottom. Jones with nowhere to go. Oh, crashing behind him. Truex is sideways. Tapped again. Up to the wall he goes, and Chastain's involved.
Keep an eye on this.
Yeah, he was running ninth. First start in the Xfinity Series. You can just see he was a little high on the exit there of turn 4. Does a good job of keeping it out of the inside wall for a good while, but a little damage there. Tough place to come with no practice.
It really is, and that's what, as unfortunate as it may sound, what the Xfinity Series is for. A young man like Ben Rhodes, he just learned that how tough this racetrack can be. We knew we had a competition coming, or competition yellow coming. No one was really around him. That one was just lost control. Well, let's have a look.
Gates open. Caution's out, caution's out.
Oh, yeah.
Caution's out. Whoa, we just went in the wall. What happened there?
Boy, that's a hard hit. Yeah, but that tire popped right there, so he ran over.
Didn't quite see the beginning of that, though.
It looks like it has all the makings of a pass trying to happen with Dakota Armstrong on the inside. Gets a little loose beside that car.
Oh, that tire pop, and that's what keeps a crew chief up at night, probably a driver as well. When we talk about a championship run, NASCAR
maybe just didn't clear. Let's see. Well, we have the 15 getting sideways, and then Cale Conley's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately.
And this is going to be a hard hit, because I think I know where Cale Conley's going to end up. I've seen this play before, this inside wall.
Ooh. Yeah, there's safer barrier there now, which is a great move that this Speedway did, and NASCAR mandating that happens. Certainly not as hard as it was, but still a hard lick.
Now, Lee, what do? You have enough fuel to keep running. Rain is right on the edge of us. As a crew chief, you're Kyle Busch's crew chief. You probably need some tires, fuel and tires, if you're going to continue this race. But if you're farther down, are you going to stay out and think it might start raining under the caution? We saw this. David Rudiman years back wins the Coca-Cola 600 by not doing anything. By staying on the racetrack, that same opportunity perhaps could present itself today. This is going to be a line in the sand for a lot of these race teams.
Yeah, there's no reason for someone, Jeremy Clements back in 15th spot or Brendan Gaughan back in 17th, still in the lead lap.
You see BJ's way up the racetrack. Just got loose getting in the corner and had to chase it up the racetrack. Ended up getting loose, even looser yet, and got into the wall. And, you know, what we saw at the start with Chris Buescher, he got put 3 wide. Somebody drove underneath him, and now you see these cars are 3 wide. So that's a product of this racetrack. You've got this really wide apron on the bottom of the racetrack just past the start-finish line. Drivers are going to use that.
Well, we take you back to a little earlier today, and quite dramatic scenes, Ray. This shocked us all.
Yeah, he got loose and got in the wall, had to go to a backup car, and you see him up by the wall. Just looks like I couldn't tell if he got loose, if he got tight, but obviously he got in the wall, and then it just, I've made this comment several times, the wall just sucked.
Corbin Forrester, Jennifer Jo Cobb. Watch this. were talking about closing speeds before.
Yeah, she had some sort of a problem. It looked like leaving the corner and just got really, really.
Open my mic.
Hold down here. You're okay.
And you see, this is the shot we showed a little while ago. Oh, that's a big hit. Entering the dog leg, you're a long way from the wall, and that.
Look at perhaps here it is, a real speed, a big impact right there, and a tough angle. You'd expect to be looking at a mechanical problem, perhaps a puncture in a tire.
And making his 200th start in the Xfinity Series, this is not what you want to have happen when you leave pit road. Uncontrolled tire for Jeremy Clements. 44 of David Starr up into the wall. The battle for the lucky dog.
Kyle was penalized on pit road. He had to make his way to the front. Ryan City really loose in front. Tried to turn left to avoid him. Ran across the nose.
Yeah, there's nothing Darrell Wallace Jr. can do. He's there. He doesn't know the 54 is going to turn a hard left. We talk about pit road and penalties. We look